I'm a Dire Chiefs and Cyclones fan, and I wish I knew this about the Chiefs front office. I'll explain what that thing is as we preview the Chiefs secondary. Welcome back to Cyclone Kingdom. My name's AJ Caldwell, and as we preview the secondary, the corners, the safeties for the Kansas City Chiefs, a question looms. What if they got it wrong? What if their whole draft process, although the 2026 draft after the pick we're about to talk about was great, what if they got the Mansoor Delane pick wrong? What if they completely whiffed and should have taken Ruben Bain? Or should have taken Jordan Tyson? Listen, I understand just how great Mansoor Delane is. I understand that he's CB1 of this draft. I understand even that he's going to be an addition to the Chiefs if he pans out like people think he's going to. But what if he doesn't? Just today we saw him in a regular jersey for the first time all training camp. He had been in a yellow non-contact jersey up until today as we're recording this. That is concerning considering who else was on that draft board back in April. Now, it might sound like sour grapes. Oh, you're just crying over spilled milk. It happened. It's over already. Look at the Chiefs wide receiver room. Moreover, look at how they're treating their wide receivers that are actually succeeding right now. Cyrus Allen makes plays in training camp and you throw him at gunner on punt return. He continues to make plays and he's returning a punt, which is what he should be doing. And I have illogical Chiefs fans saying, oh, sarcastically, how dare they put him on punt? Are you that insane? Is your football IQ that low that you think that punt returner and gunner are the same position? The Chiefs wide receiver evaluation has been completely off base for a few years now. And so they pivoted and took Mansoor Delane. So let's talk about the 6th overall pick that the Chiefs traded up for. He has the sky being the limit for his talent level. He can be a lockdown corner in this league and be even better than whatever we thought Trent McDuffie was going to be. There's also a flip side of that coin. And the flip side of that coin is that Mansoor Delane has not been able to be in full contact drills to this point. The first time he'll have full contact drills, if he plays, is against the Rams on Saturday. I doubt he'll even suit up for that because he's been in the same color jersey as Patrick Mahomes all camp long. That is not a great vote of confidence for a secondary that needs to bounce back. But my issue is not that Mansoor Delane's been hurt and you know he needs to get better and he needs to be fully healthy. That is part of it. That's obviously an aspect of this. But what bothers me more is why the Chiefs took Mansoor Delane at 6 overall. I went into the draft saying, as long as it's not an offensive lineman or a corner, we're fine. And everybody was available. Everybody was on the board. The only ones that weren't on the board were Sonny Styles and Carnell Tate in terms of what the Chiefs needed. And they pivoted and took Mansoor Delane. With Jordan Tyson on the board. With Caleb Downs on the board. With Ruben Bain on the board. If Mansoor Delane pans out, you won't hear a peep out of me. But until that point, especially with how injured he's been already, is this really worth it? When you have the secondary, you have the cornerback whisperer in Dave Merritt, who thankfully doesn't have any criminal charges against him after that whole situation on draft night. You have the whisperer who's turned a 7th round pick into a all-pro, gets a second contract with the Los Angeles Rams and Jalen Watson. And yet you think that you have to throw so much into the secondary by spending a top 10 pick on a cornerback. I don't know, man. It seems like overkill. It seems like addressing the wrong problem when you know that you need help at edge and you need help at wide receiver. If Cyrus Allen is everything that he's shown in training camp, then the Chiefs can draft whoever they want moving forward because Brett Veach is a genius. He's made some masterclass moves, but there's also some questionable ones that he's made over the years. Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the first round. Felix Anudike-Uzomah in the first round. Right? There's been some sketchy decisions Brett Veach has made. You won't hear anything out of me. And Mansoor Delane is an all-pro top 5 corner by the end of year 3. And even by the end of this year, he should be at least in the top 10, top 15 conversation. He should be in the upper half of corners in this league, starting CB1s. Because if he's not, heads need to roll. People need to be fired for the evaluation of that, especially if the wide receiver room is buns. If that doesn't look good at all, we got problems. We got major problems, and it might be time to clean house. Oh, man, you guys are so spoiled. Chiefs fans are so spoiled. You have back-to-back bad seasons, and you guys think that it's all over. We're the current dynasty in the NFL, who just missed the playoffs going 6-11. If that happens again this year or something similar to it, and dare I say you missed the playoffs, because Mansoor Delane doesn't pan out or is injured half the year, and the wide receiver room is not what we think it's going to be, which is a feasible, credible, serviceable room, with Tyquan Thornton making plays, and Xavier Worthy making plays, and Cyrus Allen making plays, and Rashee Rice, I guess, being thrown into the mix somewhat. If that doesn't happen, and they are what our concerns were, our worst fears, this is not a good situation for anybody involved, including Chiefs fans. How can Mansoor Delane be helped this year? He can be helped by everybody else in that room. Let's talk about Chamarri Conner for a second. I'm so thankful he's at safety. I think he thrives back at safety. He's been given a lot of grief, and rightfully so, about playing slot corner, and I don't want to see him anywhere close to that in any games this year. That Cowboys game was a fireable offense, and the only reason Steve Spagnuolo didn't get fired because of it is because he's Steve Spagnuolo. But any other defensive coordinator would be looking for a job after you put Chamarri Conner on CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens, whichever one was in the slot, all game long on Thanksgiving. That's a fireable offense. Chamarri Conner being back at safety is where he thrives the best. He's one of the best tacklers on the team, and I think he's going to eat. I think that he will help Mansoor Delane's adapting to the NFL, hoping that Delane plays, of course, the full season. He's going to help the adjustment period because Chamarri Conner is a really good safety. He's a liability at slot corner. So who do you put at slot corner? Is it Kader Kohu? Is it Jaden Kennedy? It's neither of those guys. It's Christian Roland-Wallace. CRW. Making a name for himself and earning a spot on the starting defense of your Kansas City Chiefs. What a story. A guy that I believe was either undrafted or very low drafted, was on the practice squad 3 years ago, and is now starting on the defense. And he's making plays, guys. I think he's going to be really good. I think he's going to have an amazing season. I think he's going to provide a lot in the slot corner because all you got to do is compare it to Chamarri Conner. If it's anything better than that, we'll take it. CRW, Mansoor Delane, Chamarri Conner on that side of the field, right side of the field, left side of the field, whatever it is, I think is going to be helpful. Alohi Gilman, I think, is a very underrated part of the secondary that not a lot of people are talking about. He's the veteran addition to that room. He's a guy that you bring in because of his playmaking skills with the Ravens and with the Chargers. The Chiefs love former Chargers, I guess. And he comes in now, and he's a part of a Spagnuolo defense that, as you've heard him talk about in press conferences and media availability, that he just loves. He loves Spags. He loves a different style of defense. He loves learning it. He loves picking it up on the fly. And I think he's going to make plays. I really do. I don't think he's Tyrann Mathieu. I don't think he's Eric Berry. But he is a guy that you can count on in that back end that is going to make play after play after play. The opposite side on corner, the CB2, is Nohl Williams. And I think I'm the most excited about him more than anybody else in the secondary. Nohl Williams is my guy, man. He's a dog. He's one of the top-rated corners PFF-wise from last season. And for whatever reason, just didn't get to play a lot because we wanted to put Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson out there, even though Trent McDuffie can't guard the outside. Nohl Williams might be better in coverage than Trent McDuffie on the outside. I said what I said. He's got a lot of freakish athleticism. He's got a lot of ball instincts. And he's got a lot of talent. And Nohl Williams and Mansoor Delane are going to be guys that are going to provide a lot to the secondary room if they're both healthy. Again, Delane has to be healthy for all this, guys. And I'm nowhere close to saying Mansoor Delane's going to start week 1. I know Brett Veach has said, he's going to be available the next week. He's going to be in pads. He wasn't in a yellow jersey today on the no pads training camp day. That's fine. But what does that mean moving forward? Is he going to be that in pads? Is he going to play on Saturday? There's still a lot of questions. There's not a lot of questions about Nohl Williams, other than what does he look like for a full season? But he's proven it in the short term. I want to see him prove it in the long term. And then the slot corner on the other side, it could be Kader Kohou. It could be L'Jarius Sneed, a guy that you bring in on a one-year deal who's got familiarity with Spags, who loves Spags. Spags loves him, calls him a son returning home. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I think Sneed, when he's healthy, when he's right, can still be an elite slot corner in this league. Now, what that looks like now that it's 3 years removed from that amazing, unbelievable, unforgettable play against the Ravens, the AFC Championship game, remains to be seen. But I want to believe the best about L'Jarius Sneed to be able to be a reliable guy in the secondary. I don't think I've left anybody out. If I have, then they're obviously not someone that's immediately come to mind. But those are the main guys in the secondary that I think the Chiefs are going to rely on. So I will go Mansoor Delane. I'm going to say he's going to start week 1. I'm hopeful for that. So I'm going to go Mansoor Delane at CB1, Nohl Williams at CB2, Alohi Gilman, and Chamarri Conner as your safeties. And then I'm going to go Christian, Roland-Wallace in the slot. I think those are the guys, those 5 guys are going to be helpful for this run that the Chiefs are going to go on, I think, to get the bowl back. That'll be kind of different. That scheme will be different. We'll only allow 2 linebackers to be in the fray. When you got 3 linebackers in, do you put Roland-Wallace back at the other safety? Do you take Chamarri Conner off the field? Or does Spags say what he said, which is like, to put Chamarri Conner in the slot? And it's like, I don't know, man. That doesn't make me feel very good inside. How would we rank the room 1 to 10 going into 2026? Make sure you like and subscribe, by the way, for all Chiefs and Cyclones content as we get ready for the 2026-27 season. We got one more preview after this, going to the special teams, which will be interesting to talk about, considering all the shenanigans that have happened with punt and punt return involving Cyrus Allen. But how would we rank the DBs 1 to 10 going into 2026 and 27? I'm going to put it at a solid 7, similar to the linebackers. I don't know if Delane's going to be elite yet. I'm hoping for the best. I have not seen anything yet to show me that he's even going to play soon, even though everyone believes he's going to play soon. I'm hopeful. But I still got to see it. So the only ones I'm confident in thus far are the quarterback, obviously, the running backs, and the offensive line and D-line. I'm very excited about Peter Woods. But if Mansoor Delane doesn't pan out, it could get very, very interesting in Kansas City in terms of front office firings and hirings very, very soon. Leave your comments down below what you think about the Chiefs secondary going into 2026-27. Make sure you like and subscribe for all Chiefs and Cyclones content as we get ready for football going into the season. It's a mere few weeks away, and even though it's 100 degrees outside here in Kansas, football weather and football is coming up soon. As always, guys, roll clones. And how about those Chiefs?